I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Heavenly Delusion Season 1, Episode 3. Last episode was insane. We had amazing animation, an amazing fight. We got a lot more in terms of specific lore and specific information that we have, objectives that need to be accomplished. Although we don't know if those objectives, once accomplished, would lead to anything. We get the idea that putting this injection into somebody would overall be a good thing, but we don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm. I was definitely excited to learn a bit more about our main characters in terms of like who they were even before they met up, and the fact that that line of questioning is very much open right now.
I've never been such a fan of an athlete or a professional driver that I keep a picture of them in my wallet for 5 years straight, but that's cool.
That's cool. I mean, I'm a fan of some things, just not electric kart racers that I would have pictures of.
And that's on me. I just need to be more supportive of
I
people.
need to be more supportive, you're right. Just in the immediate future, I am most excited about seeing the opening again. Obviously, we got it for the first time last episode, and there's beautiful things going on with hair and with
power
lines. I really appreciate that the opening seems to be more about vibes and emotion than like giving us plot points in our face, like recognizable plot points. And I also mainly am very excited to see a specific part of the opening again, and that is when Kiriko is running and the line art is ahead of the color,
then
it catches up.
Yeah.
And I just want to see that again because that was beautiful the first watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also want to know what is behind that damn door.
The teachers only door?
Yeah. I snuck into the teachers only door in high school. Yeah.
What'd you find?
Pretty lame place, and I understand why the teachers never even hung out in there. They didn't want to go in there because why the fuck would they?
Why the fuck would they? Yep.
Maybe that's what it's going to be. Just stupid.
It's boring.
Yeah, boring. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet.
5 years ago.
Oh, shit! We get to see it? Maybe?
Dude, if we do.
10 years since the calamity.
Since
Oh.
Look at her. Brother, sister.
Oh, shit. Woo!
Wait, that's a guy we have a picture of too.
Yeah. Robin Nizaki?
Fake tickets to the race.
Oh, look at the jacket. Oh, no. Oh. Ah!
So was the brother not also a racer? I love it so much.
I will save up for the rest of my life so that I can somehow pay for an intro for the two of us that could be anywhere close to as fucking cool as this is. And just, that's my magnum opus that I didn't even do. It just exists. Oh, shit! Oh my god!
Glaring is just something cowards do.
Oh no.
Blood on his shoes.
Over to the boss. Doc?
Wonder if Doc builds the electric carts.
It's already been given over. Oh no. That's what he asked for?
There's the Doc. She looks older.
She does look older.
He must be the was gonna be 18 and she's the 20. Spectators going
going
missing.
missing.
Kiriko, yeah.
Is this how she gets the photos?
She combined their names. Kiriko, Haru.
Yeah.
Haruki, あの医者、隠れて人食いの研究したり、人体実験してるって話だぜ。
Experimenting on humans.
今ロビンが調べてる。あんまりキリコちゃんを近づけない方がいいぞ。
Uh-oh.
So is that why spectators are
Orphanage.
going missing?
Haruki, 寒くない？
どうしたの？3丁目に人食いが出た。こっちには来させねえから気にせず寝てろ。
行くの？
大丈夫。僕の作った銃もあるし。ロビンの役に立ちたいんだ。
She took on personality, didn't she? Seems like it.
思えばこの頃が僕にとっての天国だったのかもしれない。
Like heaven to me now.
先週その武器で人食い退治したんだって。
Wow.
ロビンは10年前の大災害で僕と同じ年の妹を亡くしてるんだ。
Oh, parallels.
だからなんていうかちょっと過保護なんだよね。
合ってる時計はどれ？
There's so many watches. Which watch is right?
これだ。
2時20分。
いかん。3時から姉ちゃんのレースだ。
ロビンは過保護かもしれないけど、あいつはシスコンだね。
そうだね。
よし、間に合った。
I'm so scared.
I don't like him being up high.
A man-eater?
Are they
What the
invisible during
fuck?
the day?
コースの終盤に人食いがいる。この前と同じ透明になるやつ。
What?
I am not ready for this.
姉ちゃん、
If she's in first.
人食いが入っていたアーケードにカートが来るまで7、8分はあるはずだ。
Oh no.
僕が追い払う。僕がやるんだ。
Is that the guy?
I think so.
そこか。
Oh! Oh, damn! Oh no.
I am so not. Absolutely not.
Oh my god.
やった。手応えが。
Look,
Oh
the knife.
no!
Do you see? It's like going into the skin almost.
Momentarily out of sight. Oh shit. Can you get him back? No.
Do you think he was shot? Like a mercy kill? Putting weeds in it. Was it? Experiments on people. What the? What the? The legs, do you see at the knees? Human experiments. Wait, why was she on the verge of death?
Shot in the head.
Did someone accidentally shoot her because they were told a man-eater was down there? Move her body again. We see scars all over the body at the inn.
If she knew what the doctor was capable of and destroyed her brain so that the body was at least still usable and the brain could have been interchanged, you know what I mean? What?
Trying to investigate.
Ended up disappearing, so just assumed dead?
Yeah. All the kids are gone? And of course it makes sense to be wearing the coat when Haruki was the one given the coat.
Notice the hair.
The hair's growing back in the brother's color.
それから4年ほどして中野で君と出会ったんだよ。こんな話を人にしたのは初めてだ。
お姉ちゃんって呼ばない方が良かったかな。
そこ？いいよ。もう1ヶ月近く呼ばれてるし、お互い慣れてるでしょ。ま、そういうわけなので、僕のことは男だと思っておいて。
そんな急に無理だよ。
君、ちょっといないくらい美少年だからすぐふさわしい相手見つかるって。
こんな気が合う女の人見つかんないよ。
それは頭が男同士だから。
写真の稲村ジェーンだっけ？
稲崎ロビンね。
その人のことはどう？
We saw the mirror kissing scene.
な、ずっと同じ家で育ったから家族みたいなもんだし、親友でもあるし、憧れてもいたよ。だから同性としてだよ。君まだ
する。起きたらこの話も夢になってるかも。
Ah, Maru dreams getting crushed.
どうした？
Man-eater?
The fish with the arms! The fish with the arms! No way, right?
確かに雨も降っていないのに窓の外。マル、一応警戒だ。船長に。
No.
No!
Oh,
no! Wait,
my
those are
God.
human arms! Dude.
人食いだ。
The outro has a much different context now, listening to...
The two voices
Yeah.
overlapped.
I love this show so fucking... I was weeping. I... So it can grab all the other fish, right?
What's he drawing this time?
これ赤ちゃん？
Oh!
この絵僕にちょうだいよ。
これは時代にあげる約束だからこの次ね。
やったー。
Are we underwater?
でいいね。
ではいけません。ほらクク、コナの邪魔になるからあっち行くよ。
うわっと。
Is this an aquarium room or are we underwater?
たんだよ。それに僕見たもん。本物の赤ちゃん。本物の赤ちゃんには顔がないんだ。時をも見に行く？
Huh? What? Okay, that was Heavenly Delusion, Season 1, Episode 3. What the fuck was that after credit? What the fuck? You want to see a baby? I've seen a baby.
They don't have
Babies
faces.
don't have faces.
Okay, so since you're opening up that being the first topic to talk about, I feel like I need to go be by myself at a computer for like 5 minutes to figure out what it is that I'm thinking of. But there's some sort of yokai or mythical beast that steals people's faces. And I don't know if
like
it's...
Ko from Avatar.
Yeah. And that is where my mind is going, is man-eater, stealing people's faces. This fish has people's arms. That innkeeper thought that Yuto was that man-eater and their consciousnesses were intertwined. Real babies don't have faces. Like,
I'm thinking...
that's where my mind is.
My mind was more like behind the teacher's door. How are the people within this bubble, right, actually born? Are they born in a vastly different way than every other human that leads them to not only exist, but have the abilities that they do? Are they compounded somehow off of a genetic element that had been saved from other people or taken from another person?
So that is giantly also where my brain is.
Yeah.
Is in terms of, there was a calamity. We have one character climbing up and falling to what should have been inevitable death. We have, for some reason, a brother and sister being combined, even though the sister hadn't been dead until some gunshot we hear off screen. What if this idea of like a calamity forced someone to want to be able to create superhumans for better chance of survival?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like combine people in a way of like warped care for the human survival after a calamity is to weed out the weak and combine like the positive elements of two to create like better people for a chance of survival.
I don't know, but I think that is a massive point that I hope will lead into next episode of babies without faces. I don't know what in the Kyle XY bullshit it could look like, but I am...
They don't have belly buttons either. No faces or belly buttons.
It's a bit wild, because if they're told babies don't have faces up until this point...
Yeah, when do you get the face?
Yet Kona is able to visualize that in a sense.
Yeah.
It would not only be consistent with that premonition or knowledge. I wonder if it's any of it's like a reincarnation type thing. Like an ability to know not only, like, initially I'm like, okay, it's a form of prediction, right? It's a form of being able to look or feel or sense something that has not happened yet. But I think that what also exists is the possibility that it's something that is derived from past memories or experience of a different life that they haven't experienced, but people who lived before the calamity did.
We could be trying the disappearances and the research, everything could have compiled into wanting to create, like, bring strong people into the new generation.
Maybe,
so that the new generation was able to... We get this idea in episode 2 of a group of people who have created a little family or a little town that has decided to stop trying to revive society as what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But what if there is someone out there that's, like, trying to build almost this massive army of a young generation that's ready to revive society and make it even better and defeat the man-eaters?
Do you think that what we've been seeing with everybody inside the bubble, Mimihime, Tokyo, Kona, do you think we're underwater?
So, I wish I had said it out loud, but last episode when we were rafting over the water, my brain went there.
Yeah?
It went to, oh, what if it's like, you know, it's in here because the ceiling and we're encapsulated in some sort of, like, bubble, if you will.
It could totally just be an aquarium and a visual parallel, but the fact that we haven't been able to see actually transparently outside the top of it.
We don't know where we get the food.
Also, if things are attacking me from the sky, the place I'm going to go is the furthest down below that I can possibly get to.
Right, for extra protection. But if man-eaters are now fish, that means the man-eaters are evolving.
Yeah. I think it's an interesting point. We can't say for sure yet, but that's definitely where my mind is at currently.
Is Kona either having, you know, seeing things that are going to be coming to fruition like Mimihime, or is Kona's mind just creating these things?
Oh, shit.
Like, if he
thinks them into being?
If he thinks them, they like, inevitably will
I don't know
come true.
What fucking ability or special thing about you would make that happen, but that is a terrifying thought.
This one girl, Cuckoo.
Yeah.
She reminds me of Sue from My Hero.
Yeah. Man, okay. This episode, 90% of it was obviously about the past and the story of why Kiriko feels the way that they do currently. I will never... I would not dare at the moment to straight up be like, it does not exist a world that this is still a trauma response from Kiriko that has taken up Haruki's personality. But that is not where I'm at. I feel like 99% of me at the moment is like, whether Kiriko killed herself because of knowledge of what the doctor could do, or somebody else did.
Or just that the brother, someone she cared about so much, was dying in front of her. What if she wanted, you know?
Yeah, but I very much think that with the scar... Okay, for a second, yes, you're right. Out of her response, it totally exists that Kiriko could have done something as, this is my entire life, I'm gone. Like, I don't want to live.
Options. There's an accidental option, too.
Accidental option as well. But I think that if Kiriko did know a little bit more about Doc's experiments and knew of an ability or a capability to be able to transfer one's, you know, consciousness or brain into a body that has none, then Kiriko might have gone the route of, I know he wouldn't do it if I asked him to consciously, but if he sees this empty vessel with a brain that's totally destroyed, would he see that, knew what I did and why I did it, and take the initiative to put his brain into my body?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at currently with it.
The accidental theory is that Kiriko is dressed all in white in the go-kart racing outfit, which the man-eater had somewhat of a white look and was over top of the body. And she had gone and told the other racers there was a man-eater down there. Like, what if some silly person ran in there thinking they were going to be the hero and shot her because she was hovering over the body and she was, like, all in white?
What if it was Robin by accident? And
that's why he disappeared.
Yeah.
Because he felt bad.
I don't know. Interesting, man.
I definitely... I love that the name has been combined into Kiriko.
Yeah, me too.
I think that is really cool to do that.
It's interesting that Robin lost his sister in the Calamity. Mm-hmm. Do you think the Calamity is just the arrival of man-eaters?
I would say it was the arrival of man-eaters. That's what my guess would be. The hair color. If we're going with the idea that Haruki is basically within his sister's body now, and the hair growing as Haruki's color hair. You always hear about people that get transplants, like actual like transplants from another person. Either that I've heard of someone who got a transplant of a hand that had been a man's hand, and then after years it starts looking more feminine. And I've heard of people's hair color changing based on different transplants that they've gotten.
Never heard that. That's crazy.
Like into something that was from the previous person.
Man, I had no idea before this that the capabilities of the man-eaters could be so fucking vast that you could become that there are some that could be just become invisible. Like
during the day?
Yeah.
Like, is that just a during the day thing?
I think that they can exist regardless of the time.
Right. We were so heavy on it being a night thing, mainly just because the first one we were introduced to came at night.
Yeah.
That it was like, oh, they're a thing. And not only was that our evidence, but the fact that Maru and Kiriko didn't seem like alarmed about traveling during the day.
Yeah.
And we're more like, oh, let's find a place at night. Which is all of that, and also just normal, like, monster lore from existing monsters is, oh, they come out at night.
Man, I don't know under what circumstance, with what we saw on screen, it being years down the line, 5 years down the line, reinterpreted as Kiriko killing her brother in a race. You know? Like, how does that story get told?
Why wouldn't you say a man-eater was, like, why would you lie?
Would it be, do you think there'd be benefit of it to Haruki if Kiriko set up that was the story, like, that was what happened?
Well, it had to be that Kiriko was the one that was still alive, because they were like, oh, this sister was so traumatized by the death of her brother that she thinks she's her brother. So there had to be a reason given for why the brother was gone and dead.
Do you think?
But for some, I don't know why they would lie. Is it because they just genuinely believed she accidentally hit him with her go-kart or whatever?
He is missing
limbs. And where were they? They didn't find. And also they say they just both disappeared and no one knows where they went.
It might make not a lot of sense, but if like Kiriko is like, okay, on the chance that he wakes up in my body and people are telling him that it's actually me, is there a world that he can have peace believing that he's me? Like, I you know what I mean?
Imagine how screwed up.
I don't
know. Now I like feel like there's this whole another level of like anger that could be added to the character of Kiriko when they're hearing that man be like, oh yeah, she disappeared after killing her brother. If you're the brother in that body being like, my sister would have never, like, did not kill me. Mm-hmm. Like, I imagine that there'd be so much anger upon, like, hearing that narrative. So I'm like, why have that narrative when we have existing monsters that you can put blame onto?
Do you think
because of the gunshot that we don't have actual context?
Do you
of
think
what
Robin's
exactly
dead?
happened. Do I think Robin's dead?
I
want to believe that Robin isn't.
I love the
the
jacket
narrative.
parallel. I think that was really
the
fucking
jacket
cool.
and then the knowing that Robin's sister also died.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that lends so much more. Like, before I was like, oh, it's just a parallel of siblings, and now I'm like, oh no, it's a parallel of sisters dying.
Yeah.
Man. I for the narrative, I'm holding on to Robin still being alive just because I find that could be incredibly interesting of wherever that goes in terms of reuniting with a character like that who knew both you and your sister. Actually knew them. Does
Robin look like anybody within the bubble, within heaven, or within wherever we're calling it?
Like, in terms of reincarnation or like a younger version?
Yeah.
The guy that climbed the pillar,
right?
A little bit.
But not anything like one for one.
No. Nothing
Man,
one for one.
This is so fascinating. Like, you'd think that one episode in, the craziest shit we're gonna get are these the reveals of how the monsters that are killing people came to be. But fuck. Like, it makes you think, like, why did Doc start working on experiments? How far in a different or same direction was that to what's happening within this bubble teaching facility? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I have no clue, but I am just so incredibly intrigued.
Is so fucking cool.
You always get on me about it, but I always say there's a 3-episode thing.
I just don't know. I don't know if that's an established existing thing, and if it is, I would argue against it.
I think it's a personal, maybe it's just a personal bias or personal feeling I have that after 3 episodes, I feel like that is when I've gotten like the most pulled into the story. Like, yes, I can't wait to continue this.
Yeah.
Like, it almost feels like that is being showcased to me as a movie. Like, these 3 episodes, do you want to continue? Hell yeah, because you, like, by the 3rd episode, you got me.
Was
like,
Madoka's 3rd episode the episode?
I think so.
Okay, then I agree with you. I take back everything I've ever said. But
I think there has been a show recently that it was the 5th episode that I felt like had the 3rd episode energy, and that might have been like 86 or something. But typically, I would say after 3 episodes, I feel incredibly sold.
It was super cool. Like, I was, when we got to see Kiriko, like, in the inn, I'm like, how the fuck do you get all of those scars? Are they different events? Are they a culmination of battles? But we get to see it here. We literally get to see it.
We get to see that, but you could also think, oh, some of those scars might even be from what Kiriko did, which was go-kart racing. Like, you could just, like...
Electro-kart racing.
You could just more innocently just think that that's the reason for the scars. But if you think about it a little bit more
there's so much added weight, too, like, knowing that Kiriko was the reason the orphanage was able to sustain itself.
Right. I think that one of the reasons I brought up Robin should still exist in the narrative, hopefully at the moment for me, is because Kiriko was never able to go and talk to someone that had previously known both siblings.
Yeah. Because
the orphanage had already been disbanded and no one was there.
Yeah.
And so no one that knew both of them has met the current Kiriko.
That's true.
And I feel like that would be incredibly interesting with what's being shown to us in this episode 3, is that a reunion with someone who knew both siblings could be great.
Yeah. Man, I wish that Hulu would let me click on episode 1 without taking me to episode 3.
Did you want to bring up something specific from episode 1?
Yeah, I edited episode 1.
Congratulations.
Thanks. And it's probably absolutely nothing, and I'm very well aware of that. But when we were in that well-off person's house, we were given their last name.
Oh, the rich person. We were in a rich person's house.
And I at least just wanted to write it down so I had it before we end the discussion.
It was like the second house we went to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we are.
It's so glamorous. People who lived here must have been super rich.
The
Naishiro.
Naishiro family.
I don't think we've heard it. If we did, it might have been from the director, but if anything, it could have just been out of like a sense of respect, you know?
Or just more so like there was a family that lived here once, more of like a reality factor of like whether, even if this is a flashier place or a colder place because it's more like a rich person, like it doesn't feel as homey, maybe.
Still hits.
It's still like a family lived here.
I think that's probably it, but I wanted to write it down just in case we ever hear of it again.
That's fair.
Man, what an episode.
The next episode is something I'm incredibly excited for, not only because like the narrative is intriguing me, I'm excited to see us fight another man-eater. Like
I'm excited to see a baby without a face.
We are two different people.
I have so many more questions about, like, I thought, I don't know, I'll just shut up. Interesting.
Write down your questions and then you can talk about them later at a different time.
Okay. All right, you good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.